Welcome back to the Old Colony Cast, a podcast about all things Plymouth and surrounding areas. I'm your host, Andy, joined by other host, Hanna.
Sup.
And our tall green editor, Fish.
Aw, he thinks I'm tall.
I was just wondering who's going to do
You
a
are
regular
pretty
ho-ho-ho.
I don't think I can do a regular ho-ho-ho.
See, that was the Green Giant.
That was definitely... See, it's tough.
It's like ho-ho-ho. That's how it... I mean, like, do you guys not watch...
I just like
You have the
Green
beard for
Giant
that.
one.
I don't have the beard for that, Andy.
It's...
I just like doing the Green Giant. Oh.
I mean, the Green Giant's fun.
Green Giant.
Mm-hmm. We're not talking about the Green
We're not talking
Giant.
about the Green Giant?
No.
We're talking about any
doesn't-
type of canned vegetables?
He doesn't...
Kinda.
He doesn't seem like a Massachusetts...
No.
Local.
I think he's mid-country.
Yeah.
Mid-country.
Oh, he's mid, all right.
Yeah,
He's so Ohio.
he's mid. Anyway.
We're going to talk about something with Riz.
Yeah. No. So this is on the list.
Okay.
And I picked it because I said, this is seasonally appropriate, not knowing what it was. And then realized,
Okay, interesting.
this is not what I thought it was. And then I did know what it was, but it wasn't the name I knew it by.
But it wasn't seasonally appropriate.
It's not really seasonally appropriate. We're going to talk about it, though.
Okay, no, I'm cool.
So we're going to
I'm
talk
trying
about...
to guess what it is.
We're going to talk about the Cranberry Specialty Hospital.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what that is?
I feel like I was the one who put this on the
You
list.
were. For a good reason, you were. It's in your neck of the woods.
Was it Hanson?
Yeah.
Was it an asylum?
Not an asylum, but it
Okay.
was a hospital.
Okay.
Wait.
I know I said it in the name.
Did you
but
just see cranberry and assume seasonal?
I did.
It's like where they took cranberries when they were too sick and had to nurse them back to health before they made them into sauce. And sauce is shaped like a can.
Yeah. That's why I was like, kind of.
Yeah.
It could be a stretch to the Green Giant. So, really quickly, I was
Okay.
like, specialty hospital. I don't know. But either way, it has cranberry in it. So,
Yeah. We'll just like throw a cranberry in there.
yeah.
You know,
So,
bog in the image.
it is in Hanson. It is, it was first and formerly known as the Plymouth County Hospital. It opened on High Street in Hanson in May 31st, 1919. It started construction in 1917, though. So it took a little
2
while.
years.
Took
Wow.
a little
That's a
while,
lot.
yeah. And it was a top-tier hospital of its time.
Okay.
Because...
'Cause they wash their hands.
Yes. They were primarily a tuberculosis
Tuberculosis.
sanatorium is what they called it.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'm like,
Yes.
For
I was
children at the time of opening.
very sad.
Yeah. And part of the thing that made it so unique was the Spanish architecture of the building. Have you ever seen it?
No.
I'm one of the few people of my friends that didn't go.
Okay.
This was a hotspot of youth and where you shouldn't be.
What do they call that?
Urban exploration?
Thank you.
Yeah, we were just going to things.
Trespassing.
Yes, yeah, that's the
what you
actual
call
word
it.
for
Guys
it.
call it trespassing.
So
And it was
we
on-
called it the TB hospital,
Okay.
not any of the names it was actually called. So I was happy to know what it was actually called. So yes, their main patient were tuberculosis patients. The building itself is huge, and it's split into 3 main wings. There's also an annex building that was made, space for 68 beds. Although I guess the annex held some extra beds if they needed it as well. I don't know what this means, but there was a state-of-the-art heating system for its time.
Okay.
So after its time, I don't think that was the
Wow,
case.
huge. I don't even know if I've ever seen that before.
Honestly, state of the art for the time means it was really cool in 1917.
I know, that's what I mean. I'm like, so I'm sure it was just like, I
But-
don't know, heating coils out on the open or
I
something.
would,
Yeah.
all I'm saying is I
Like,
would
it's
really...
warm.
It probably just was like centralized
Yeah.
heating and not.
I'm just hoping a century's worth of innovation means that 1917 is no longer peak
Right.
technology for anything.
They had a very large kitchen, This is like so weird to me, and I guess I didn't realize they used this, but of course they did, because I hear it in movies a lot. It's just not something I think. I don't know. So in the morgue, what do they refer to the table as?
Slab.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds crazy. So they have a 2-slab morgue.
I mean, I just thought that was what it's called.
In a lab. I know, but I just feel so. Why not the table?
Well, it's a real specific table.
Get them on the slab. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, there were. 1965. C. Clark Streeter, he was the superintendent, transitioned the focus of their care in the hospital to just any chronic illness.
Yeah.
Or I'm sure they specialized in certain things, but TB is a chronic illness. So now they expanded because that's 1965. And I don't know if you know when the vaccine came out, but it was just
Was it like
67?
No.
Probably like late 50s?
Like 3 years after this hospital opened. So they were like...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's way late. Yeah.
Yes. So obviously with vaccines too, like I didn't get into the vaccine.
Yeah.
But did everyone get it? Was it like the top-notch one? Did they, you know what I mean? All that stuff. They also renamed it to the Cranberry Specialty Hospital in 1985, which is just a cute name.
Was this like, when did it, I'm sorry, I was kind of like looking to see where High Street was, because I'm like, spent a lot of time in
You're
Hanson.
like, where is it?
Where
Yeah.
is this? And it's like way in the center of Hanson. Like,
Yes, you kind of. I feel like I've passed it before, and someone was like, "That's where it is," and I was like, "What?"
yeah.
Like you drive right by
Like I've
it.
probably driven by it and just not known what it was. When did it close?
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Never
Thanks,
mind. I wasn't trying to
Like-
jump ahead. I just thought I like zoned out, and then you're
No.
like, oh, in '85 his name changed. I'm like, oh, wow, I feel it.
So still open. They just changed the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
To
Yeah.
the very quaint Cranberry.
Yeah. Cranberry Specialty
Yeah,
Hospital. Cranberry Specialty sounds like a knick-knack store on Water Street.
or like Ocean Spray,
Yeah.
like partnered with Blue Eyed Crab for their cranberry specialty.
Yeah. That sounds delicious.
So they struggled to maintain the building because admission had dropped. Supposedly, they started to kind of have inadequate treatment. The vaccine, like I said, had come out shortly after it opened, but also like now we're in the 80s. Like medical care from the time it had opened to now,
Way
has-
different.
So much more advanced.
Yeah.
So no wonder admission declined. Like people were just generally healthier.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tuberculosis was
Well,
really
and
a
there
concern
other
as a
like
kid.
chronic illnesses.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's like, but still, treatment
Like-
for chronic illnesses had changed.
Yeah. I mean,
like,
they had to expand to more chronic illnesses because tuberculosis was less of a thing. But at some point, those illnesses also get
Yeah.
very...
Yeah.
Well, and then you get
there was
into-
less of a like you should be at home
yeah.
taking care of your illness, not here in this hospital.
Well, and like preventative care had just
Yeah.
become more established. And, not getting like,
polio. and,
not polio, but, like even just what doctors like gave people. It'd be like, yeah, but Dr. Pepper's not really doing anything. Why don't we give you some like antihistamines?
oh, gotcha. They were
like
giving
stuff.
you like real medicine.
Yeah. So, 1992, they shut down in Hanson. So there's your answer. 92.
Wow.
Yep.
That's crazy.
And they moved to Middleborough, not
Interesting.
far from here, which shut down in 2000. Because
Really?
I drive by that. I used to drive by it all the time.
Was it still called the Cranberry Specialty Hospital?
No, they changed it. I forget what it was called. Someone I know did have to go there for
Yeah.
something, and she was like, they shut it down. It's just been empty for so long. And it is like a vast, empty building.
That's so crazy. I
Off-
bet you I put
right
this on
off
the list
the high-
because I
like-
heard that it closed
yeah.
in 92, and I'm like, there's no way.
That one is close to like Lakeville. It's like on the route to go to Lakeville
Yeah.
from here. Yeah.
Okay.
If getting off the highway from
Yeah.
Plymouth here, if you took a left instead,
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like right there.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. It's just a
It's a
huge empty building.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, that one's creepy too.
It is.
Yeah.
Definitely. The annex on the property continued to function as a municipal multipurpose center. So even though the rest of the ginormous 3-wing building
Yeah.
was shut down, mostly fenced off as best as they could, this part of the property was still used. It was used by the Plymouth County Bureau of Criminal Investigations
Okay.
for
For like training and stuff.
storagey things,
okay.
and
How do you say stored bodies there?
Plymouth Beekeepers Association, Plymouth
of
County,
course. Yeah.
Plymouth County, I should say, UMass, just renting some space there. Hanson Food Pantry in the 4-H Club.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so all those things
So it's
just.
still being like it's still.
I think
serves a
that one is
purpose,
still
yeah.
serving a purpose. Yeah. They may have like closed it, but the other building was in shambles. So the rest of the property has been urban explorized.
Explorized.
Yeah.
Not by Hanna. Hanna has not done it.
I didn't
allegedly.
I didn't go to that one.
Why are
I
you winking?
I do have a very funny story about
Why
it.
do you
though.
keep winking though?
I don't. I actually don't know how to wink. So anyone who knows me knows that's not true.
I can only wink with my left. What? Yeah, my right eye.
I can't do it. Vandalized, and ultimately they decided they had to demolish it after a few arson cases. I wrote this joke in there. A few arson cases smothered out some rehab projects they had planned. The arson smothered out the.
I got it.
We got it.
I got it. It's
Anyway.
funny. I giggled.
So the building, just for anyone I know that's explored it, it contains high levels of asbestos and toxic lead levels. So
Of course.
you could just assume
Have they torn it down?
they already torn it down. Yeah.
Oh, it's for the best.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me get to the third page. I did these way out of order. I don't have much left except for my story. In 2016, the town finally budgeted money or funds from, I forget what it was. It's one of their how towns just have floating funds.
Yeah.
They budgeted money to tear it down because of how much of a danger it was. It was literally decrepit. What's it called when they make a building
Condemned?
Condemned. It was condemned. It had high
Asbestos. And
high
lead.
levels of all of the things you don't want in your body, and it was fully demoed in 2019. So as far as the urban exploration, were you about to say something?
No, that is later than I thought it would be.
Oh,
Well, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. Is I think I remember hearing about this closing in '92, and that's why I put it on the list because I couldn't believe that it closed.
Yeah.
My junior year in high school and had zero idea it existed.
Yeah. Especially it's so close to you.
Yeah, and it was right. I mean, we used to hang out in that general area because all my friends were from Hanson.
Yeah.
right around that area, and yeah, I've had to have driven by it.
That's
at
so
some
funny.
point.
Yes. So I know so many people that have gone. I actually think Donnie's one of the people that got to go too. I think he told me he went.
I like to say got to.
Yeah, he got to go. I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
I didn't have a car then. I couldn't just go.
Oh, okay.
so it's not that she wouldn't have gone.
Yeah.
she just hasn't gone.
Of course I
it's-
would have gone.
Yeah. I'm sure we can find somewhere some decrepit old buildings to break Hanna into soon.
Thank you. So, a friend of mine went. So many people would go. I'd be downtown and everyone would be like, "We just got back from the TB building," and they would show me their Razor cell phone pictures of
Oh.
what they could get.
So this is around the time of the Matrix.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I had one of those.
yeah, I did for a while.
Yeah.
I did not.
I had one when I was 21. Just want to put that out there, and then I switched to a smartphone. 21 years old, I had a Razor.
Wow,
Yeah, I know. Isn't that cool?
that's cool. Because aren't they coming back? Aren't they in?
They're kind of
But now they're like a folding smartphone.
ironic.
Yeah.
They're ironic, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't think they're erotic. I think they just it's one of those folding smartphones.
Oh
kind of
no, I
things.
meant actual people are refurbishing razors
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
just-
like
Yeah, no, I
cool
heard
to-
they're coming back. Yeah,
they're
I heard
cool
it's a
to
thing.
have.
Oh, that's just weird. I
So
wonder if I get any money for mine.
he might. So we, I didn't get to go, but I got to hear this firsthand story hours after it happened. So a friend of mine, Mike, he went with a few other people that I knew that I didn't know as well, and I don't want to guess on the names, but Mike is like the core of the story. So,
Okay.
and just know that Mike went with maybe 3 or 4 of the most petite teenage girls he could have gone with.
Okay.
So they go, they explore, they're having fun. Mike falls through the floor
Sure.
into a room that was just filled with old toilets and had backed up over the years and
Oh.
was filled with water.
Awesome.
So Mike is now stuck in an old septic filled room.
That's fantastic.
Yep. Begging for his life to be saved by these girls who cannot lift him out
Yeah.
because they are
Tiny.
tiny.
Yeah.
And he's stuck in there for so long.
Did he end up with like?
Nothing happened. He got home. He got his clothes were washed. The next time I saw him, he was like, I was wearing this. I was like, I would have thrown that
I would
away.
have burnt them. Yeah.
Yes, we were all like,
there's
what?
No way I would have worn that.
So he did, I forget how he said he ended up getting out. He like found something to kind of climb on. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was in old, gross, septic-y water.
That's like the kind of thing you see on TV, and like the person like cuts their leg, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm dying of blood poisoning."
Yeah.
And yeah.
But he
Sepsis.
Yeah.
No, he was just in backed up septic
That's
tank
so
water.
gross.
Stuck in there. And if you knew anyone, like this couldn't have happened to anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this makes sense. Yeah.
This tracks.
Yeah. So that's the only story or connection
Did
I
he get
have to
like
it.
a nickname from it, like Poo Poo Mike?
No, he already had a nickname.
Oh, okay.
So we couldn't.
I mean, his name was Mike. Obviously, he had got a nickname.
Well,
yeah, we
that's what I'm
couldn't put
saying.
another one on there. So he had just the one nickname. And that's it.
That's a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, I wish I was there for it. I was literally in tears when they were telling me the story. Crying,
Hannah's like,
laughing.
I would have lifted him out.
I know. I was just like laughing so hard.
I do like the. Lost it. He fell in. He was probably in tears too because he was in a sewage
Yeah.
water filled pit that he couldn't climb out of.
That's awful.
Like there is a non-zero chance that at some point that's how Mike dies.
I was gonna say, yeah, and like the multiverse, there's definitely dead septic Mike.
Yeah, there is dead septic Mike.
It's a different vibe.
Yeah.
They came back with a different vibe.
It's
in
not
that.
a funny story.
No,
Before,
they're traumatized.
Those 4 tiny girls came back weeping. They were all traumatized because they had to watch him die.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, like, when was it? Like, is this pre-cell phones?
No, cell phones, yeah,
But
'cause
they were
it-
like, we're not calling anyone because we're gonna get in trouble.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
So at some point before, like, he died, they would have like called. for
I'm
help.
sure. Yeah. But yeah,
but
they were.
after sepsis sets in,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he
might
didn't
have
get.
died
He did
later.
not get hurt or anything.
Yeah.
Thankfully.
all
But-
the
Yeah,
poop
'cause I
water,
mean-
all the poop water cushioned his fall.
Ugh. Oh God.
So
Did he
yeah.
throw up? I feel like I would. Throw
I
up
bet he did.
instantly.
I'm sure he did.
Because that's the other thing is like when you fall through a floor, I'm assuming you just don't drop straight down and be like, oh
Yeah.
I'm like,
And then like
you
I'm
probably went like,
and I'm saying like this is the image I have from when I was told the story when I was 17. So like there could have been so many, like maybe it wasn't a full floor, maybe it was like whatever, and it was just the pipes were in there. But like
Yeah.
in my head, I'm like, I don't know. I don't understand the make of the room
Right.
that they were in, but he fell into an area that had backed up.
yeah.
Yeah. And had rainfall into it too. So
So it was all kinds of nasty.
yeah,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
gross.
I feel like I wouldn't throw up until after I got out.
Well, I honestly
I don't even know.
a collection of still water in any old building is going to be
It's gonna
disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all like mosquito-y.
Yeah. I will say too, so I just to add on to the things I remember seeing pictures of, there were like creepy x-rays.
Oh, really? Just
Yep.
like left.
Like
Still
behind?
Yep.
Interesting.
Beds still
It's so
there.
weird how like
Well,
when
that's
they
a HIPAA violation.
when they close a place like that, how much stuff is just
Yeah.
like left.
Beds with like things still around it, so they had toys too. Because like there were kids in there at
Children,
one
yeah, that
point,
tracks.
so I don't think like maybe not. It probably just belonged to the hospital, but yeah, there'd be like the creepy doll you see in an abandoned building. It was there. It was in there. So it followed all of the scary, creepy things that you see in a place like that.
And then the building eats you.
Yeah, and then the building literally tries to digest you.
It's a little weird, but like I was just poking around. I couldn't find any ghost stories.
No, there really aren't. I did see I saw a Reddit that said he found a little mini graveyard right just outside or next to like the boundaries of the fence to it, which it might not even technically be on their property. And people, it's Middleborough, it's an old farm town. Like it could have been.
There are tiny graveyards
everywhere,
all over the place.
Yeah.
So I was like, that might not even be for the hospital, to be honest.
I mean, there's so many streets that you just drive down.
It could
to
be
see a random graveyard.
Yeah.
It's like driving down
headstones.
And then it's like 7 really old ones and one from like 2008.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're like, oh, okay.
And it's like, oh, that's still in use.
Yeah, it's like family sites. Or
it's
whatever.
like it's an old family cemetery from like when this was a old farm.
Mm-hmm. But cool. Cranberry Specialty
That's a good one.
Hospital. Didn't know that's what I was going to be doing.
And I'm like, maybe I should go like drive by it someday, but it's not there anymore.
It's not there anymore now.
Nope.
Wah, wah.
Yeah,
it's probably condos.
That would be funny. I hope they have found a way to clear the soil.
So cool.
That's all I got.
I think that's where we stop talking. And thanks for checking out the show today, listeners. If you enjoyed the content today, you can go over to patreon.com/Inebri-art to support the show. You can join over there for just a few dollars a month and help us provide this fun content that you just checked out. You can also email us at Inebri-art.com with your questions, complaints, and concerns, or you can find us on all social medias at Inebri-art or at Inebri-art6 on Instagram. And also don't forget to check out our other shows, Bar Talk Podcast, Old Colony Cast, Inebri-art, and all the other shows on the Inebri-art Network, which you can find at Inebri-art.com. Thanks again for listening.